Hey there, how's it going today, guys and girls? As you can see there, if you enjoy my content and you want to see more, please drop a like, follow, and or subscribe to the channel. That is, of course, subscribing to the YouTube page and following the Instagram. But anyways, today is skill day training. Today is the last day of my pharmacy clinical, so I had to get this workout in very early this morning, not getting to edit it until, I didn't get to edit it until later in the evening. And yeah, anyways, today is skill day, and it was a really good workout. I'm suffering with a bit of tendonitis in my left elbow. So kind of had to adjust the approach to how I did a few things. Nothing too complicated, just had to take it easy on a few things. Of course I can't do slow muscle up. I can't do the typewriter pull up too well that I recently started trying. Really anything that causes my left arm to be bent at a high degree of flexion, where your hand is closer to your shoulder. You see my elbows bending there as I'm doing those extremely easy one-arm pull-ups, those one-arm Australian pull-ups as part of the warm-up. But anything that causes my arm to bend very, very sharp with strain, so under pressure, that's what causes the irritation. So I can really do push or pull or any other kind of movement with the arm as long as I avoid those high degrees of flexion, where the arm is bent to those significant levels. With that in mind, I can't do slow muscle up, can't do those typewriter pull-ups. I tried a regular ring muscle up today, and it didn't feel too bad, but it definitely, wasn't something that my body was saying, yeah, keep doing this. It was more so something my body was saying, hey, you're still not ready for this, so let's take a break. That being said, I really wanted to focus on any kind of handstand related movement today. I really wanted to work on my balance. I also really wanted to work on human flags. These are, two things I've really been hammering a lot lately, no pun intended, since I just had a large hammer in my hands. My sense of humor is terrible. Anyways, doing some one-arm band pulls here as part of the warm-up. As I was saying, I've been hammering. I've been really focusing on my handstand balance, and my human flag training. Those are things I feel like I'm really getting a lot of progress in, and so I'm really, turning up the heat on those skills, just to really see how much progress I can get out of them. Here we're turning up the heat a bit on the warm-up. We're getting into the little warm-up circuits. Slowly going from just some gentle stretching to pretty much the same intensity level that you would have to do all the skills that you see me training. I do 2 sets of that, so here comes the second set of that, or the second circuit. Just doing some pull-ups, some push-ups, a little handstand. I'm going to have to start parking my car over a bit further. I'm terrified I'm going to fall off this BOSU and kick the side mirror off of my car. I'm just waiting for it to happen. Really hoping and praying that doesn't happen, but we'll see. So here we're getting into some leg assisted one-arm pull-ups. Just going through the movement, very low resistance. It's kind of a pseudo warm-up for this right here, which is the 90-degree lock-off. Going up into that very gently. It's almost pulling my way up into that. I feel like I've really been getting a lot better at this lately. And I think a lot of that is to do with things that you wouldn't think would make you so much stronger, like what you're seeing me do here with these leg-assisted one-arm pull-ups, those one-arm band pulls. You'd be amazed, even when the intensity is so low, at the benefits you'll get. Look at that, that's my weak arm. You'll be amazed at the benefits you'll get out of just doing the movement, taking your body through the motion. So here I'm trying 2-finger assistance, and this, again, I'm going up into the movement, this time from the very bottom, going up into it very slowly. And yeah, I felt very strong on those. Really feel like my one-arm strength is going up quite a bit. But we're not in any hurry to unlock a skill. We've got the rest of our life, every day that we're blessed with, to unlock something. So don't ever be in a hurry. Just enjoy the little progress, the baby steps of progress that you make. And that's what will really help you avoid injuries and to make significant progress over time. Here we're hitting some of that inversion. I kind of I'm not real sure, I think I kind of let that one drift a little bit far forward. It didn't help that I had my feet apart. I think I've really been trying to incorporate some sort of straddle into my handstands lately. Kind of a variable to consider with balance. There I really wanted to just get a good high handstand, so then I started bending at the knee, and the mistake I made there was I bent at the knee and I did not bend at the hip at the same time. It would be like if you were standing on your feet and you bent at the knee but not at the hip at the same time when you're trying to squat, and you would obviously fall. Same thing when you're upside down. Just really wanted to get a good solid handstand in today, which I did before I lost it. But then we'll get into some planche training. Felt really strong on this today as well. Look at that. I'm a big guy. Like, I put on a few pounds. I'm up to about 210 pounds. Probably somewhere around 100 to 101 kilograms. Decided to drop down and do a little bit of advanced tucked there. Yeah, I was feeling that. So here's the other thing I really wanted to focus today. It's human flag. I have decided that I'm going to really focus on the horizontal grip human flag and stay away from the vertical grip, which is something I've always struggled with. I'd really like to master or at least become proficient at this horizontal grip before I start, trying the vertical grip, before I try a new variable. Look at that though. I'm getting so much stronger in such a very short amount of time on this human flag, and I think that is because I already had a very high degree of whole body strength. So what's really making me progress is not necessarily muscle building, as it is these little tiny technique fixes, technique modifications. Really rolling that bottom shoulder forward, top shoulder back, pulling as hard as I can with that top arm, pushing as hard as I can with the bottom arm. I liked walking my feet up the bars into the human flag position, but I didn't really like how things felt when I got up to the top. I almost feel like there was something it did with my shoulders, with my posture. that didn't really feel right, which felt a lot better when I tried this from the bottom instead of from the top, you know, coming down from the top. Here I'm trying to come up from the bottom, which requires a lot more strength, but the trade-off is that everything felt a lot better on my shoulders, a lot better on my scapula. It felt like my posture was better here. Here's my strong side. And as you can see, done quite a bit better on that one. I think in the future, the way I'm going to try to train this, I'm still going to try to come up from the bottom, but I may try to incorporate a elastic band to take some of the weight and the leverage off and to help me. I've tried bands before with human flags, and I couldn't quite get them to to work well for me. But I also did not have my shoulders correctly positioned at the time, and I have since then adjusted my human flag technique quite a bit. So I'd really like to, the next time I try human flags, I'd really like to try and incorporate an elastic band somehow to see how that changes things. Kind of skipped over the ring muscle up there, but like I said earlier, my body told me that I wasn't quite ready to do that yet, so I only hit it one time. And now we're into some front lever, and I think this is back lever. I think I only hit one back lever as well, and I felt pretty proficient on it. So I figured I would save some strength for the next skill, which is handstand push-ups, I believe. And here's what I was talking about. I'm terrified I'm going to turn over and kick the mirror off of my car. So next time I drive the car, I'll try to pull it over a bit. Anyways, the hood on my shirt, it's a sun shirt, protects me from the sun's rays. The hood was kind of blinding me when I was kicking up into the handstand. So on this second attempt here, as I was showing at the beginning of the clip, I decided to pull the hood over. I'm sorry, that's this clip. This is the second attempt. Pulling the hood back so it doesn't get in my way, so I can see what I'm doing. And I think things went very well on this one. Not perfect by any means, but I had a pretty awesome push-up here in just a sec. Look at that, great balance, going down. Got pretty deep on that and was able to come back up. I lost it at the top, but hey, that's fine. We're making those baby steps of progress like I was talking about. Tried a little bit of Korean transition today, and it did not go well for me. I probably could have made it if I had just held on to it, but I don't know. I guess I was feeling a bit lazy, didn't feel like hanging on to it that long. This is a pretty funny clip right here. I get tangled up. My pants were tangled, but they came loose. My shirt's pretty tangled, so I'm kind of trying to think about how to get out of this. And I decide to spin over the bar, which is a great idea. The only problem is I spun the wrong way around the bar, making the shirt get even more tangled. So here you guys get to see a little clip of me coming out of my shirt. Promise I'm not trying to strip on YouTube, but I had to come out of that shirt in order to get down off of the bar. There's another funny clip here in a second. Might be this one. I'm not real sure. Try that Korean transition one more time, and again, I was going around the bar, but I didn't quite hang on to it, as long as I should have. Maybe I was just feeling a bit tired. I don't know. we'll get it next time. A bit of dynamic muscle up. If you can't do muscle ups, try to use momentum. Momentum will really help you if you use it correctly to get your first muscle up. I think this is that funny clip. Not real sure. I know it's in here somewhere though. I made sure I left it in. Yeah, it's this one. I tried to do a bar hop over backspin, and I wanted to backspin and land on my feet, which is something I've not done before. And I kind of hesitated to let go of the bar for just a sec, and when I finally got up the nerve to let go of the bar, I landed on my feet like I was supposed to do, but I did not stay on my feet very long there. Here we're doing some bar hop over, like complete bar hop over into direction change. I banged my shin a few times on the bar today. I think I was just, like I was saying, getting a bit tired from all the stuff I was doing. But I wanted to hammer out a few reps, a few attempts of this. You see there, I tap it with my shin. But I still made it around. I still felt pretty good on these. Definitely not anything to write home about. But any bit of progress is better than no progress. So we'll take it. Another bit of dynamic muscle up there. Here's the bar hop over backspin to the feet. Dismount to the feet. I managed to hit it that time. I had to come back with some vengeance to try and prove to myself that I could do that. There I'm trying kind of one of the prereqs to a 360 muscle up 360. It's where you have to hop up at the top and let go of the bar. I think I'll do it again here in a second. But you have to hop up on top of the bar and like completely let go of the bar and then catch it again on the way down. You got to get real comfortable at doing that, and then you can start trying to add a bit of spin, or at least that's what some of the more advanced athletes were saying on some of the videos I was watching before I worked out today. Yeah, I'm gonna say I think that was about where I drew the line on the freestyle practice, and just started stretching out. I realized I had done enough training for the day, for skill day, and it was definitely time for me to call it quits. Stop while you're still ahead. Don't try to do too much in one day. Like I say, you got to stop while you're ahead, because if you keep going, the longer you go, the more tired you're going to get. And the more tired you get, the more likely you are to mess something up and hurt yourself, which is no good. So always stop while you're ahead, and come back next time with fresh body, fresh mind. Kind of showing there how I was touching my toes when I was turned to the side. The closer your feet are together, actually, the more difficult it is to touch your toes. And the more you put your feet out, the easier it is to touch your toes. Or at least that is how it is as a guy. I know ladies, the hip structure is just a little bit different. And you could probably imagine why that is, from a evolutionary perspective. But anyways, if you really struggle to touch your toes, try moving your feet apart a little bit. Put them out about shoulder width, then try touching your toes. Flexibility is huge. I need to make a flexibility video so you guys can see what I do for my flexibility training. I usually do a lot more stretches than you see me do in these videos before and after my training. Flexibility is huge, and if you don't train to be flexible, it's definitely something I would recommend you add to your routine. But anyways, that's about all I have for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my training. Hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions or comments, leave those below and I'll try to get back with you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.